Good morning, students. In the last class, we discussed the type of asexual reproduction. That are fission, fragmentation, budding, regeneration, spore formation, and vegetative propagation. Now, in this class, we discuss these type of reproduction one by one. First one is fission. What is fission? Fission means splitting of parent cell into two or more daughter cells. Fission means splitting of parent cells into two or more daughter cells. Parent cell का एक या दो से ज़्यादा daughter cell में divide होना. Now, fission is of two type. The first one is binary fission. Second one is multiple fission. First, we discuss binary fission. What is the binary fission? The splitting of a parental cell into two daughter nuclei, two daughter cells, each of which rapidly grows into an adult, is called the binary fission. Generally, it occurs in single cell animals, single cell organism like bacteria and protozoans. Here we given the example protozoans, amoeba and paramecium. Let us take example of amoeba. First of all, the cell is enlarged in shape. After that, the nucleus is enlarged. First, nucleus is enlarged and nucleus is divided into two nucleus. First, nucleus is divided, then cell and other protoplasm and other contents are also divided into two daughter cells. Right? It means first cell grows, then nucleus enlarged. After that, nucleus divides into two, and after nucleus, the cell is also divided into two and becomes the two daughter nuclei. In the last class, a question arises. No one is immortal except single cell. Why this is called? Because in this case, a cell divided into two cells. One single amoeba divided into two amoeba, in which no one can say which is parental, which is daughter. So we say that no one is immortal except single cell organism. Now, second part of fission is multiple fission. The splitting of a parent cell into numerous daughter cells, each of which grow to an adult, is called multiple fission. Example, plasmodium. The cell of the plasmodium. It makes the many daughter cells, and after that these cells are released, and from one plasmodium so many plasmodiums are formed. So this is known as multiple fission, means splitting of the parent cell into numerous daughter cells, and each will grow into the adults and form many other cells. Now, as important part is sporulation. Sporulation means when the conditions are not favorable. It means during the unfavorable conditions, organisms like amoeba cover themselves with a three-layered hard covering, also known as cyst. This is known as an incestation. When the conditions are favorable, it divides by multiple fission within the cyst and produced many amoebae, because we take the example of amoebae and produce many amoebae, the cyst bursts and spores are liberated to develop the new individual. This is known as sporulation. Again repeated, during unfavorable conditions. When the condition is favorable, then binary fission. When the conditions are unfavorable, then it cover themselves with a 3-layered hard covering to protect from the environment or make a cyst around them. And then the conditions are changed. When the conditions are favorable, it divides by multiple fission in the cyst, and after that the cyst bursts and spores are liberated and many amoebas are formed and develop into the adult one. Now, second type of asexual reproduction is fragmentation. Fragmentation means it's also a type of asexual reproduction in which the parent body breaks into the 2 or more fragments, and each fragments grow into a new individual. Right? Each in which parent body breaks into 2 or more fragments, and each fragment grows into a new individual. The example of this is Spirogyra, shown in the figure. This is a one Spirogyra. It is break down into 2 pieces and make the 2 new individuals. Then first one is fission, second one is fragmentation. Fission has 2 types and this is fragmentation, and the third one is budding. It is also a mode of asexual reproduction in which 1 or more outgrowths or buds are produced, which initially remains attached to the parent cells and eventually get separated from it and grow into a new individual. The example is yeast, Y-E-A-S-T, yeast. This is a parent cell. Here a growth, a bud is start, and here nucleus division also start. And after that the nucleus is divided into 2 and a bud is formed and attached to the parent body. After some time the bud gets separated and 2 individuals are formed. It's a budding. The fourth type of asexual reproduction is regeneration, in which the missing part of an organism is repaired by proliferation of cells. The example is planaria. Again repeat it, regeneration. Missing part of an organism is repaired by proliferation of cells. Example, planaria. The next one, fifth, is spores formation. Spore formation is of 3 types: zoospores, conidia, and gemule. Now first one is zoospore. Zoospores, they are endogenously produced, unicellular, naked, and motile spores with 1 or 2 flagella. Zoospores are produced in a sac-like structure called zoosporangium. Again repeat, endogenously produced, unicellular, naked, and motile with 1 or 2 flagella, produced in zoosporangium. The example is Chlamydomonas. The second one is conidia. Asexual non-motile spores cut off externally, either singly, example single का phytophora, or in chains, example penicillium. From the tip of a special hyphae called conidiophore. Right? The third one is gemule. Internal asexual reproductive units or buds are called gemules. Example, sponge. The figures are given in the book. Zoospores of Chlamydomonas, Conidia in Penicillium, and gemule is in sponges. Right? That's all about today. We continue the class in next lecture. Thank you.